So this is me. I'm at the Shark Museum in northwest Iceland, Bjarnjarhofn. Look at the scenery around here. It's just amazing. It's a place where they process 50% of the fermented shark in Iceland, and they get Greenland shark, which they get calls from trawlers as it's a byproduct because they don't catch it specifically to make fermented shark. So they get a call, they come down to the port, pick up the shark and chop it into bits, basically. Two different types, the belly meat and the rest of the meat. The skin's left on, and oh, there's a raven. And they pack it in boxes in that shed there. They pack it in boxes for 6 to 8 weeks, and then it's developing a really ammoniac smell, and then they hang it up in the drying shed, which is at this beautiful little shed behind me. Those little things hanging up is all the meat, basically. So if you eat this shark when it's fresh, you'll die. It's so toxic. It's the most poisonous shark in the world. It's full of urea, and sharks don't have their own method of processing urea, so they've got this chemical, trimethylene oxide, that makes you vomit blood, feel drunk just before you die. So not that bad a way to go. But the meat itself is famous for food bloggers and stuff, as it's supposed to be the most revolting thing you can eat. Actually, it's not too bad. It's ammonia. It's a really nice white meat. It's got a slight pissy smell to it, but nothing that will make you spit it out. It's actually quite good, and you have it with a shot of brennivin, which is the aquavit up here, and often eaten with some rye bread or pumpernickel style bread as well. So this is the drying room here, if I can manage to get backwards without falling on my ass. And these are the sharks. It's got a really tough skin that'll make you bleed, and then it's just, they look like Parma hams or cheeses, and the smell isn't too bad. It's hung up here for 3 months before it's ready, but it's still very much a cottage industry. There's no, they understand the science behind it, but there's no, the legislation is minimal compared to what we used to in the UK, and nothing's particularly labelled. It's just when it's ready, it's ready, and they chop it up and send it to distributors or restaurants in Reykjavik or the rest of Iceland. I mean, look at this scenery around here. It's just amazing. It was built for Instagram, this scenery. It's just fantastic. And the people have been so welcoming and interested that we're actually interested in Hakal and the processes behind it. And it's not a gimmicky thing. It's a I think there's a really important science behind it. If you can ferment shark, just bury shark or keep it in boxes, and then dry it and eat it, it goes against everything that we hold as safe food values in the West. We've become such a nanny state and protective of all the right procedures and stuff, but if you think about it, humans have been around for 25,000-30,000 years, give or take, and we've had fridges for 120 years, and the whole food society is, oh my god, if it's a day past its shelf life, it's got to go in the bin. But it's just not the case. You can take this shark, and Christ knows how they did it in the first place, or who was the first person to find it out. But I just find it fascinating that we can eat something that's perceived as rotten, and it's become it's a delicacy here in Iceland. And there's a festival that runs for 4 weeks, late January, early February, that's based around the old calendars here, called Thori, and they pickled rams, testicles, fermented shark, rotten skate, and it's all this stuff that's developed in these countries where life has been so extreme It's, you know, food of survival. If you didn't eat these kind of products, you just wouldn't be able to live out here.